Alright, Lesson 7, Preparing a Unit Railway Load Plan. The 7-1, Lesson 7 Overview, Lesson Description, Previous material addressed to applicable railway load, references, road type of available, requirement, the procedure for computing the building, block bracing and material requirements for this lesson. Discuss the procedure for preparing the unit railroad load plannings, including completion of the DA Form 2942, are preparing a conceptual railroad load plan and enabling learning object, enabling object to prepare the unit railway load plan, complete the DA Form 2942R, the equipment of the personnel planning of the placement of the vehicles on the railway car, creating a conceptual railroad load plan, giving the study and the environment materials provided within the subcourse and in accordance with the subcourse text material and the reference cited below. The references used in the developing of this lesson: Forcecom Army National Guard 55-1 Transportation Travel Unit Movement and Planning dated July 1993. Forcecom Regulation 55-2 Unit Movement Data Reporting System and Administrative October 1993. 55-65 Destroy Field Menu 55-65 Strategic Deployment of Surface Transportation October 1995. Field Menu 117 Mobilization Deployment Redeployment Demobilization Technical Bulletin 55-46-1 Standard Characteristics of Transportation Military Vehicles and other size overweight equipment vehicles. Alright, these topics are included with lesson using the DA Form 294, using the DA Form 2942R, preparing the DA Form 2942R for the cargo, section 7374, preparing the DA Form 2942R for the unit personnel, section 575, preparing a railway load plan, 76, reviewing the railway load plan, 77, lesson practice exercise, 78, lesson practice answer key and feedback. Introduction. The DA Form 2942R records the number, the type of the car's accommodation for the unit, the equipment, the forms that also require the passenger requirements. Last to discuss the procedure for preparing the DA Form 2942R. Analyzing the data. The first step of analyzing the Army's user equipment listing. Determine the equipment in place of the railway cars. Use the Army authorized user equipment list to prepare the DA Form 2942R unit train loading a worksheet. They analyze and ensure the maximum use of the railway car available space, weight limitations. For example, the examiner sample the Army user equipment list to place equipment properly in the railway car to determine the certain characteristics of the equipment, including the following: tallest item, weight, the widest vehicle, highest, heaviest vehicle. Note the DA Form 2942R. The examples are beginning with the page 75 based on the equipment authorized by the transportation company. Minimum truck using 75-ton flat cars for analysis of the flat car carrying the cargo up to 9.5 foot high. The lesson purposes will also use the capacity designation because the load and limit may differ from car to car, but therefore the capacity of a 70-ton flat car is 140,000 pounds. Arbitrary figure. Remember the capacity of a load limit and are also expressed in pounds. Checking with the carrier. When planning a unit move, you may check it also with a selected carrier advance to determine if the railway car is provided with the extended height and width clearance. Because based on the data of your vehicle's dimension, the train will then be routed necessary. Therefore, to submit the accurate measurement of the equipment. Any piece of equipment exceeding 15 feet 1 inch of the height and 10 foot or 10 foot 8 inches of the width may be considered outside of the loads. If for some reason the dimension changes, notify the ITO so we can request the assistance for the carrier obtain the route, allow the equipment to move at the steps, avoid the delays, and unsafe the loads and potential damage to military and carrier equipment. Checking carrier continued load. This shows the sample authorized user equipment listing. Checking the carrier load reference table, authorized user equipment listing detailed report. Reference table continued. Another reference table continued. Placing the vehicle in position. Placement. Using the figure of 7-1 to guide with the placement of the vehicle. 70-ton, 50-ton flat car with a 140,000 pound load limit. Remember that any piece of equipment exceeding 15 feet 1 inch at the height of the 10 foot 8 inch width may be considered outsized, and simply the loading and unloading operations combined with each of the vehicle of the width of the tractor. Start computing the possible combinations. Step 1. Add the weight and length of the tractor. Semi-trailer. The tractor is 24,917 pounds with 256 feet in length. Semi-trailer is 17,390 with the width of the 492. The total weight of 42,307 and the length of 748 inches. As you can see, the width of the since the rate of the load is 70-ton flat car is 140,000 pounds. Half of the length of the load is 50 feet and 600 inches. Is once it has been extracted 4 feet of the tie down of the load length, the flat car cannot exceed 55,552 inches. Therefore, you can see the figure 7.2 load length of 748 inches does not work. Load length exceeded. Placing vehicle and placement continued. Try combining the semi-trailer with a power supply vehicle on the same flat car. The semi-trailer is 17,390 pounds at full length of 492 inches. The power supply vehicle is 1,300 pounds at a length of 109 inches. The total is 18,690 pounds at 601 inches. The combination also will not work combined length of 601 inch total length. Now try a semi-trailer with a small Connex with the 17,390 pounds with the semi-trailer and 492 inches for the length. The Connex is 4,650 pounds with a length of 51. You have 22,040 pounds with a 1,305 inches. This load complies with the load limit. I think that length is wrong. I would have got 543 inches. Load complies with the load constraint, but however, it is not efficient to load with the carrier. Remember, the objective of the landing efficient railway load is to use the fewest cars possible to transfer the load. Using the load configuration, step 3, this time piggyback semi-trailer piggyback at 34,780 feet with a length of 492 inches. The Connex 4,650 feet. 4,650 pounds with the length of 51. The total weight is 74,210 with the length of 543. This is an efficient load, and its maximum load length limitation using load configuration. You will use three flat cars in which will contain one of the semi-trailer. 7.3. Preparing DA Form 2942.3 our cargo. Introduction. When performing the DA Form 2942R, you will see the units of the Army User Equipment List report with the proportional lesson described and the each block of this form. We will discuss these blocks in accordance with the 3 sections in administration general. Alright, introduction. When preparing the DA Form 2942R, you will use the Army User Equipment List report with the proportional lessons described each of the block on this form. We will discuss the block according to the 3 sections: administrative information, actual loading information, general information. Administrative information at the top of the DA Form 2942R with the request general administration information. These are the blocks in section instructions, the completion organization, enter the name of the battalion order training. Even with the 142D, the med truck company is only with the company moving the figure 573. The railway cars are ordered with the company battalions in 7th S&T. B&N will maintain the administrative control over the movement of the station. Enter the company station date. Enter the completion date of the form. The tow. Enter the company's tow. The battalion movement. The supervisor will also have the company of each of the company to tell the train number. There is a number of the sign of one of the train may be available to certain carrier of the military authority. Main number of the space containing the routine routing symbol with the span. Enter the routing officer. Loading time. Enter the approximate time loading will begin. Actual loading information. The next section of the form contains an actual loading information. There is the block certain concerning the loading information instruction and their completion. This shows the sample of the DA Form 2942R unit train loading planning worksheet. Continued. Block type. Actual loading information continued. Type of the car. Enter the load limit of the railway card in pounds for the type of the railway card to be loaded in figure 65,000 F. The same for the flat car with the load limit of 65,000 pounds. You must give the load limit with the pound rather than tons. Car number. Enter the car number of the series of the railway cards loaded with the place of the space between loading information on 8 railway cards. Enter each of the unit the cargo is being loaded on these cards that has the transportation medium trunk with the company with the using the car. The unit name is shortened from the remaining of the cars, the TMCTC, and the 142D admitted with the clarifying the remarks. The block contains the special instruction for the loading of the cars. Filling out this form for any of the information out of the ordinary instruction for the completing of the actual loading information. Figure 7.4 for the type of the car or unit and block shift. The items remaining 021, 022, 027 will be loaded onto this car. The items of the piggyback semi-trailer, the Connex content. Although the items number the weight for each of the items, the total weight of the car load is 39,430 pounds. To calculate this amount of each of the cars to be certain that the car load limits is not exceeded. Now they calculate the information for each of the railway car until all space is completed. If the unit requires more than 8 cars, they use the DA Form 2942R, as shown in Figure 7.5, beginning with the car number 9. Alright, competing general information. At the bottom of the DA Form 2942R with required records of general information concerning your unit rail move of the unit. Use the final place of the form of the record number of the car, flat railway cars for each of the type of the car needed, but in this case, and the only cars needed for the flat car 12 with the type of the railway car loaded with all the vehicles containing the 14D with the med track company with the complete train loading and requires 2 sheets. This shows the car type. This is a car number 1. Shows car type, car number, item weights, car capacity, unit, total weight. Completion and general information sample DA form 2942R for the completed for the cargo. Alright, perform DA Form 2942R for the unit personnel. When transporting unit personnel, railway must also complete the DA Form 2942R. The portion of the lesson discuss the type of the passenger, railway car, equipment instruction, preparing for the DA Form 2942R. The passenger equipment is needed to transport the personnel. The examples available to the personnel. The coach car, the standard day of the coach with the 60 to 70 person seating capability, depending on the type of the seating on board with the car. When calculating the number of the cars needed, the sheet leave them some of the vacant accommodated with the feedback of the arms and other light items. You use the coach cars of the move the one day of the less for more than Pullman cars. The Pullman cars contain sleeping berths accommodated with 70 to 80% of the baggage. The bagging car can transport baggage. Unit records, unit capability records, unit equipment, unit records, and add baggage. Unbaggage the car per 250 minutes. Use adequate space in the unit needs. Kitchen. If the unit army handling unit messes during the unit movement, the trip will take 24 hours longer. That includes the 100 troops. The cars is required. Usually you can use one kitchen car for every 250 persons. Alright, passengers. When completing the DA Form 2942R with the passenger figure 76, the guide for the completing the form for cargo using the instruction below the dress exemption of the type of the car, the entry, identify the type of the railway car, transportation passenger will either the baggage or sleeper, the kitchen car block, enter the number of the personnel with the blocker low right corner. Also, the information becomes available with the railway company and the last three digits of the number of the car signed with the railway. Ensure the record totals at the bottom. Alright, below is the completed DA Form 2942R. This is the sample computed for passengers. 7.5 Introduction. Preparation ForceCom Form 2855R with the railroad load plan figure 7.8 and 7.8. 7.7 and 7.8. Create the conceptual railroad load plan for the units assigned to State Army Transportation School. Develop worksheet for personnel loading vehicle to containing with the railway car. The railroad loading plan that defines the cargo loaded on each railway car. The cargo loading configuration on each of the railway car. The blocking and bracing material from each of the railway car. ForceCom the Form 285R. ForceCom Form 285R shows how the cargo is loaded and specified with the kind of amount of the blocking bracing material tie-down material is required for securing the cargo with the railway car. The railway load plan consists of the four main sections: top, middle, and bottom, and the back. Completion of the top of the loading plan. The figure 7.9 shows the top of the section railway load plan. There are blocks and instruction for the completion. Page blank of blank. Each center of the page of the plan. Note that the figure of the 7.9 indicates the second of the seventh page of the 12th page of the page of each of the railway car. Therefore, the example of the 12 railway cars to be loaded. The unit enter the unit is being loaded, and the sample of the unit transportation medium of the truck company with the 7th company supply transportation battalion or 7th S&T battalion. The unit identification code. Enter the unit identification code, the AW851H9 unit code for the trucking company standard station at Fort Carson, Colorado. Alright, below is an example of the ForceCom Form 285-25 rail truck loading plan. ForceCom 285 back. Completing the top of the railway form. Below is an example of the top of the section of the railway loading plan completed. The top of the section railway loading plan completed. Completing the top of the railway loading plan continued. Alright, your unit transportation code. Enter the assigned unit code of the vehicle. The vehicle is being loaded. Notice the example of the unit transportation code is listed with the remarks section of the form. Date, the answer to the preparation, the date of the load plan, type of the plan, the answer to the type of the transportation plan intended for in the case of the rail. Unit load number, the entry of the load sequence, number of the equipment in orders. Sample form. The three vehicles are being loaded with the 15, 16, 17 unit vehicle. Number of the car, number to enter the number of the rail car on which the equipment will be loaded. Type of the size and rail car, size of specify the railway car. Type of the flat cars, gondola box, and so forth. Length and load limit. One example of a 60-foot flat car with a 65,000 pound limit. 9 load site. Enter the area designation. If there's more than one site of the installation, the ITO designates a specific loading site. Designation. Enter the final point of shipment. Including middle of the railway load plan, the middle area of the railway load plan. Conceptual documentation. Figure 710 provides a sample of the middle of the railway load plan using a template of Figure 711. Sketch the load configuration developing Block 11 actual load. The dot lines on the railway car block line. Block 11 indicated with the 54, 60-foot, and 89-foot railway car. The plan completed with each of the page with the end corresponds with the specific railway car. Also, the Block 11 will also show the loaders, the type of equipment, and the place of the specific railway car, and the configuration load or should be placed in the equipment. Below is an example of the completed middle text of the railway loaded plan. This shows the middle section of the railway loaded plan. Completed the middle of the railway loaded plan. This shows template for 7 transportation motor transportation equipment. I didn't get that. Completing block 11. When completing block 11, actual load, enter the layout of the railway car showing A and B and ends. No end loading area near the brake wheel of the railway car. Dimensions 10 feet wide and 54, 60, and 89 feet long. I guess these are the block patterns. So, like, you have your block patterns, and they go on top of the different things. Since the same railroad plane is usually loaded with all the lengths of the railway car, only the maximum length is shown. You must draw the other lengths as required. As you can see, using the plan, you can draw the railway car loaded exactly as it should be loaded, including how much of the space each vehicle in the container requires. Our examples should be in the middle section of the 3 cargo load drawn into the center load of the Z05 with a tongue extended forward to type of the configuration using the trailer Z11 and another vehicle Z03. The number of the center of the equipment is Z03, Z11, Z15 are taken directly out of the Army Author User Equipment list. Completing the bottom of the railroad loading plan. The bottom of the section of the railroad loading plan, front page, listed the detail of the cargo loading operation. Figure 712 shows the bottom section of the railroad load plan. These are the blocks in this section. Instruction are for the completion of load sequence. Enter the equipment loading sequence onto the railway car. In item model and nomenclature description. Enter the description of each load. Its tow line number. For example, if the sample of the railway car number is ZZZZZZ will carry a 3/4 ton truck, utility truck, a power supply vehicle, and a tractor. The vehicle peak and the number, enter the vehicle's unit and inventory number, and the numbers are listed in the authorized user equipment listing. Completing the bottom of the railway loading plan, continued sample. Another 012D, the serial number, enter the vehicle's serial number, the number is stamped on the vehicle's date with the plate of the manufacturer, each of the difference of the identify the different vehicles at the same time. The remarks use the block and specific information loading items. For example, the 712 use the block of is the TCM of the number of the block with the plate may use to identifying the hardness or the cargo requiring the special handling and loading. 12 planning and data, enter the dimension of the cargo, including length, width, height, and weight in square feet. They enter the show how much of the railway space each of the cargo piece requires and total space requirements. Loading all the vehicles in or example. Notice the cubic feet column is blank and the cubic feet are only required when loading equipment is in a boxcar. Name, grade, organization, planner. Enter the name of the grade organization for the soldier completing the railroad loaded plan. Date of the approved. Enter the approval date of the plan. Name the grade of the organization approval of the official and enter the name of the grade of organizational soldier reviewing the approving and loading plan. 16 signature approval officer. Official soldiers enlisted in block 15 must hear upon receive approval of the plan or higher headquarters. Our completion of the bottom railway load. Continue to note that the information block 13 through 16 may either be filled out on each separate page of the plan, or they can be filled out on one page of the entire plan. Completing the back of the railway load plan, figure 713 shows the back of the railway load plan. The side list of the block bracing the tie-down materials requiring for each movement loaded with the railway car. The back of the load plan is divided into columns. Block 17A through H. Block 17A provides the space for lists of the vehicles being loaded. 17B through H lists various sizes of dunnage, cable, clamp, thimble, information, nails. Line 18 requires the block bracing tie-down materials for securing all the vehicles on the railway car. Nails are ordered by the pound. Figure 714. This is 714. Back of the railway load plan. Your number of nails per pound. Reading across the first line of the or example to note the 3/4 inch on the utility trunk is listed with the blocking bracing material requirements for securing the vehicle. A to the pattern 16 tracks, 4 pattern 89 tracks to 4 feet, 3/8 inch 40 feet of the 3/8 inch cable, 24 3/8 inch cable for the cable for that cable with 4 3/8 inch thimbles to guard the cable from the railway car pockets, 40 feet over the 3/8 inch cable, 120 nails, 20 12D nails, 60 20D nails, and 40 40D nails. Alright, tools for railing. The following list of the tools are connected with the rail outloading and the contents. One pair of pliers, side cutting and slipping joint 8 inches, 2 puller hoist, commonly lifetime cable grip at 7,000 pounds capacity, 2 ratchets, 1/2 inch square drive reversible, 1 removable turnbuckle handle, 2 rapidly tightening turnbuckles with a turnbuckle gear, 1 screwdriver, common 8 inch square shank, 2 sockets, 1.5 inch square inch, 3/4, 7/8 of inch, 1/2 inch on 12 point, 2 tape measures, steel 12-foot recoil type. Torque wrench, 1/2 inch square drive with wire rope clips, 1 wire rope cutter, hydraulic 3/4 inch cable capacity, 1 brace and bit, and electrical drills to pre-drill shock blocks and for the spikes, 1 drill set and twist, and one size 1/16 of an inch to 1/12 by 16 inch increments. 4 cable grip, 5/16 inch capacity, 5/8 inch capacity, 1 chainsaw gasoline engine driven with 10-inch bar, 2 claw and pin pound punch, 1/8 of an inch point, 3.5 inch by 5 inch length, 1 flexible handle breaker bar, 3/4 inch square drive with 20-inch length, 10 pairs of gloves, leather and leather palm, 3 hammers, 1 pound, 2 pound, and 3 pound, 2 marker crayons, 2 marker crayons, black and yellow. 2 monkey wrenches, lightweight, 11-inch long, and 3-inch capacity. 1 nail puller if pliers are not available. All right, tips and common mistakes. Appendix D at the extract of the MT-MCT PAM 5519 outlines the tips and common mistakes for preparing vehicles and railway cars for loading. This extract includes advance for loading and securing vehicles and loading and tie-down checklists for vehicles covering chain tie-downs for flat cars. All right, 7.6, reviewing the railroad load plan. Once your railroad load plan is prepared, you must perform the review to ensure the data. Reviewing the railroad load plan. They also proceed to reviewing the approval of the unit rail movement plan. All right, check the tow against the tow list. Ensure that all the equipment has been accounted and planned for Figure 715. Check the accuracy, dimension, weight of the vehicle is extracted with the technical bulletin 5546-1. Ensure the vehicle is placed on the railway car sufficient room with the bolt between the vehicles from one end of the car to the next car. Ensure any special requirements are noted, with such as oversized load, hazardous material, and commander's guidance. Check the block bracing terminal tie-down materials listed on the back of each plan Figure 716, as well as the number of each of the technical manual 5522. 2200 blocking bracing material listed for each of the type of the unit car. Note that ensure all the measurement, the reducing configuration of that weight of the equipment loading on the vehicles is added to the weight of the vehicle planning. Review the blocking bracing material on the job. You must check each of the sheet with the unit rail loading plan. However, for the purpose of the lesson, you will review the block bracing material requirements for the truck cargo 2.5 inch ton M35A2 WWM. And these are steps reviewing the block bracing material requirements for the cargo truck. Consult technical manual 55-2200-001-12, figure 717. Because the vehicle is a 6-wheeled vehicle, the dual wheels, the rear be the following procedure: the 4 6-wheel trucks and signal dual wheel flat cars, wooden floors. All right, this shows your lanes of your tow unit equipment lists. This is a blocking bracing tie-down material sheet. Figure block bracing, which requirements for a 4 and 6-wheel truck. This shows your blocking bracing diagram. Review of block bracing requirements. Continue to use the figure 717 under the item D. The item provides the requirements side block. Note that it is read may be emanated with the immediate dual with the wheels on the 6 wheels vehicles listed. Weight of 16,000 pounds or less. The guidance tells you to check the weight of the 2.5-ton truck M35-4WN. Locate the item, the number of the 2.5-ton truck with M35WWN. Figure 17 is X40146. Go to the appendix for the use of the lesson. The contract contains the extract of the technical bulletin 5546-1. Field line of the X40146 table. Read across the weight of the column. Truck weighs 13,200 pounds. Therefore, the blocking intermediate dual wheels is then unnecessary. Look at the item B. Since the 6-wheel vehicles, you will need 12 blocks per truck. Next, the check item D. The item states the 2.5-inch cargo truck that you use with the 6 blocks to ensure the rear dual wheels. Item E tells you the 4 pieces of the 1/2-inch wire rope double the complete loop since the cargo truck weighs less than 16,000 pounds. Wire rope comes in 10-foot lengths and so forth. So 4 pieces of equipment in 40 feet. Therefore, the block 17E in the railway load plan with cable no length is also correct. At the end of item E, you are told to reference sketch 1 general rules 15D and E, G and N, and the information regarding clamps and thimbles to check the guidance for the need for 20 clamps, 4 thimbles of applicable size requirements. It means the block 17F and 17G are plan of the correct. Now check the B and D for the guidance concerning the blocking requirements. Must be use the pattern 16 and 18, figure 17 and 8, nail sizes figure 17 and 19. You need the 5 40D nails per block. However, you must compute the 2 blocks per wheel. This shows the blocking pattern for 16 and 89. Here's your different nails. These are penny-sized nails from 2D to 60D in length. Reviewing block bracing requirements continue. There are computations to determine the number of nails required. The 2 blocks per wheel, the 6 wheel, 12 blocks required, 12 blocks times 5 40D nails for each block, 60 40D nails are required. Remember, you also need nails to the toenail of the block with the pieces that require 2 40D nails for each block, 12 blocks times 2 40D nails, the 24 40D nails to the toenail block piece. You also require the nails to secure the equipment siding. They're using 89. The pattern 89 indicates that you need the 12 days in the per of the block, 15 20 days of nailed block. There are your requirements: 12 blocks of the 12D nails, 60 12D nails, 12 blocks and 15 20D nails, 90 20D nails per block. The means of block 17H nails, number sized on the railroad load plan is correct. Reviewing the front of the rail load plan, you must also review the front of the rail load plan accuracy. Use this checklist as guidance to ensure the railroad plan is completely accurate. Did you check all block entries each plan and ensure that it contains the same data? For example, the block 1 should read the same as each plan page on the plan. Yes or no? All blocks ensure the complete data contain correct data. Yes or no? Block in the middle section ensure the templated correctly and show the correct unit and equipment loading configuration drawn on the railway car. Yes or no? Block 12A through 12F ensure the accurate completion of these blocks. Show the proper nomenclature, serial applicable remarks, planning data dimensions. Block 13 through 15 are complete in accuracy. Figure 720 shows the sample of the first page rail loading plan developed in the anticipated rail load of the 1029th Infantry Battalion MEC. Using above checklist, review this figure. Did you check all the block entry for each of the plan? Ensure that it contains some of the data. For example, the block 1 should read the same as the page 8 of the plan. Know that a quick glance assuring the block 1 through the 15 are complete. Yes. Or block ensure the complete containing correct data. Yes. This shows a 129th Infantry Battalion Railway Load Plan. The sample continued. Block 11 middle section ensure that the template correctly shows the correct unit equipment loading configuration drawn on the railway car. Note the available railway equipment 54 60-foot flat car. Ensure the block shows correct type of the load for a 54-foot flat car, and also check the template which would be attached with the plan. Figure 720. Yes. Block 12 through 12A through 12.5 is ensure the accuracy completeness of the blocks must be with the proper nomenclature, serial number, applicable remarks, planning data dimensions. Yes. Note that the remarks block does not reference the vehicle. The FRTC RAC M80A1 has a high wide load possibility requiring special clearance. Block 13 through 16 for the completeness and accuracy. Block 16, the signature approving official has been assigned with after the review of the plan forwarded appropriate to the higher headquarters for approval. Alright, I guess this is the practice, so we're going to skip the practice. Move on to Chapter 8, I believe, and that's Chapter 8. Chapter 8, Conducting Rail Movement Within the Theater of Operations.